Well, if you remember, this Eagle bus came in last week. It couldn't make it up the hill. It took us 5 tries, and I was doing some repairs in between to get it up the hill. But what I didn't say is they had just purchased this bus. It's on its trip home from where they bought it to their home. Is in very bad shape. I've never had a bus before that I've had to say it's not allowed to leave the property here until we get some major repairs done to it. This thing was really rusted out bad in a lot of places. It's got problems with the turbo and wheel bearings and just craziness. Now, I'm not blaming the sellers of this bus because I honestly believe they did not know that it was as rusty as what it was. This family that bought it has 5 kids. They're going to be traveling the country with it. I don't think anybody in their right mind would sell a bus that they knew was dangerously rusty to somebody and had all these other mechanical issues that were going on. They just didn't know. It's very easy to have a bus and not know what's wrong with it, especially if the only maintenance you really do on them is just when it breaks down, you fix whatever broke. You're not doing a lot of preventative maintenance and keeping up on it. I think it sat for a few years, but like this wheel bearing, it was horrible. This is on a steer tire, and it was in really, really bad shape. We're going to get into it here and get into some of the serious rust issues we're going to show you and get how we got that repaired and welded and fixed, and just kind of going through the bus here. But, don't jump on the sellers because I honestly believe they did not know how bad this bus was. But unfortunately, this family did pay top dollar for this bus, and now they're spending a lot of money for repairs just to get it roadworthy and be able to be on the road again. Because as you'll see some of the stuff, it was so dangerous in here, there's no way this thing should be on the road. But we are taking care of it. It's going to get fixed up, and it will be back on the road soon.
Again, so I can really see. There we go. So this is like the main engine rail mount here. That's the engine sitting on it. Hold the dial down. There you go. And then dial it up to go brighter. Yes. So here's the concern where that's completely broken away, rusted and broken. Come back the other way with the light just a little. Shine it back. Pull it back. Stick it up in that hole where it's, yeah, there you go. Now we can see how it's completely disconnected. That is how it's rusted out. All that right there that's the rail that the engine is sitting on. So if I zoom back out here, you can really see how important that is. We're gonna have a welder come and work on that.
All right, so here let's start looking at some of this rust. This is that same mount there that the engine, you can see with that huge engine sitting there in the background. It's all, that whole cradle is supported on this rail right here that is not connected at all. It's sagging down from the weight. It's just not there. The torch elastic suspension mounts are rusting, getting ready to rip off of the actual body there. It's like that on all of the mounted areas. So here's another one rusting up against there, another one rusting. This is all stuff that needs to be addressed, and sooner more than later, because it's eventually the suspension will come down on these when these rip apart like that. Some of the stuff looks good under here, but every once in a while, like this, oh, this is completely gone. This is the other side of the engine rail. So the opposite side, the other side was, this is the driver's side. It was the passenger side that was really bad. But you can just see how rotten and corroded this, there's nothing left of this metal. It's completely hollow and just gone. Nothing there, just flaking away to nothing. This one's had some welding done to it before, so there has been some other repairs on here with this. These are the front, this is what the tire mounts on in the front, so it's independent front suspension there, so that's the torch elastic suspension. He had tires on it. The tire shop said their jack almost went through it when they put their jack on it, and you'll see on the other side where the jack actually poked through the steel on there. That's some pretty thick steel that's supposed to be there, and it's just not anymore. There's where the jack went through, and you can just see it pushed right on through. That should be a lot stronger than that. I don't recommend necessarily putting a jack to the side there. There's a little thicker steel plate in the middle where they should have put it, but that was just a warning sign that something was seriously wrong. And I know that he said he had a conversation with the seller about it, and the seller even pointed out this bus is not rusty, or something to that extent. I wasn't there for the conversation, so I should probably say allegedly on anything, but from what I was told, it was, something along that was uttered that this is not a rusty bus, because Eagles, you really got to watch out for rust on them.
Kind of surprised you need a torch to cut it out. This is burning a little there. Got a little fire up in there still.
Some silicone or something.
Nothing left of that. So he hired a mobile welder to come out and take care of this for him. Welding on the frame like this is the one thing our insurance policy does not specifically forbids us from doing. So we're not experts at it anyway. So we'd rather have him, get somebody in here who's really good at this kind of work and can do it. So he had a really cool rig, came out and worked here for a couple days. Got another day or two here, but he's doing a great job and it's a cool truck.
We tried this Rust-Oleum Rust Dissolver, this gel formula on the Eagle bus, and man, it really did a good job. This stud. So Michael came down to work on his bus today. You see he's polishing, cleaning, seeing how it cleans up and stuff. But he brought a tent. He's going to camp out, and his tent has a garage built into it for his motorcycle. That is really cool. And that all fit in the little backpack thing that he had on his saddlebags. Packs up. I'm surprised how small it packs up, but yeah. Very cool. Need to try and get this Tekton half-inch ratcheting. 6-point is all. It's the ratchet end is stripped out on it, so I got to figure out how to get that warranty replaced. I have to reach out to Tekton and see how they do it. Alright, so that turned out really good in there on this side as well. Everything's all new. So nice and solid. Alright, so this side's all done too. Everything's all tied in. Nice, strong. Bump stops reattached. Engine rail is reattached. It's all, that's awesome. Well, we have parts starting to roll in for this. We're hoping to get this out of here before Christmas, get him home with the family before Christmas, but it's a kind of a tall order. So like I said, parts are starting to trickle in. We're working really hard. Things are getting done. We are making lots of progress on it, but still got a long ways to go.
See that white smoke rising up the holler through the trees, and from a mile away you can hear them play as they climb that hill with ease. But at the top of that mountain there's a new life waiting for those who can make the run. If they can make it to the top, Scott will put them in the shop till their new life has begun. Mountain, where the buses come to run. Bus Grease Mountain, we're gonna get that big job done.